They were the faces of our childhood, the young actors who made us laugh, cry, and dream. They brought magic to the screen, becoming household names before they even reached their teenage years. Then, one day, they disappeared. One moment, they were everywhere, on television, in movies, in interviews, and the next, they were gone. What happened to the child stars who seemed destined for lifelong success? Why do so many vanish from Hollywood spotlight? From the earliest days of cinema, Hollywood has been fascinated with child performers. In the 1930s, Shirley Temple became the symbol of hope during the Great Depression, smiling through hardship and carrying the weight of an entire industry. Decades later, the same pattern repeated. By the 1990s and 2000s, the child star machine was stronger than ever. Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and major film studios all relied on young talent to keep audiences hooked. Yet behind every bright smile was a child trying to navigate a world built for adults. Fame brought excitement, but also pressure, loss of privacy, and emotional isolation. Mara Wilson defined an era of childhood wonder. As the clever, warm-hearted Matilda, she seemed born to be on screen. But fame became overwhelming. During filming, she lost her mother to cancer, and grief changed how she viewed Hollywood. By her early teens, she stepped away. Years later, in her memoir, Where Am I Now?, she described how acting stopped feeling joyful once she realized how little control she had. Today she writes, performs occasionally, and advocates for mental health. Mara Wilson didn't fade away. She simply chose a different story. Macaulay Culkin was a global phenomenon by the time he turned 10. Home Alone made him the most famous child actor in the world, and for a few years he could do no wrong. But success came at a heavy cost. Behind the scenes, his parents fought over his earnings, the press hounded him constantly, and fame became suffocating. At 14, he quit acting altogether. The tabloids called it a downfall, but Culkin himself has said he just wanted a normal life. Decades later, he's back on his own terms. As a musician, writer, and father who enjoys privacy more than applause. Walking away was never failure, it was freedom. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, the teenage heartthrob of Home Improvement and the voice of young Simba in The Lion King, was everywhere in the 1990s. He had it all: talent, looks, success, but he also had perspective. Just as his popularity peaked, he chose education over fame. He left Hollywood to study at Harvard and Columbia, quietly building a life far from cameras and red carpets. He rarely grants interviews and seems content staying out of the spotlight. Jonathan Taylor Thomas didn't burn out. He bowed out gracefully. Amanda Bynes was a comedic force of nature. Her quick wit and timing made The Amanda Show a hit, and she easily transitioned into leading movie roles. But fame became a trap. Under constant scrutiny, she struggled with anxiety and identity. In her 20s, she faced public breakdowns and a long battle with mental health. After years of recovery, she left acting and studied fashion design. Today she focuses on creativity and wellness rather than celebrity. Her journey shows that leaving Hollywood can sometimes be the only way to save yourself. Haley Joel Osment became a legend with a single line, "I see dead people." His haunting performance in The Sixth Sense earned him an Oscar nomination before middle school. Yet, as he grew older, the work disappeared. Hollywood didn't know how to use him once he wasn't the small boy who could deliver chilling lines. Rather than chase stardom, Osment reinvented himself, working steadily in independent films and television, even lending his voice to video games. He learned that success doesn't have to mean fame. Jake Lloyd, who played young Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, was thrust into the global spotlight overnight. Millions of fans knew his face, but many treated him cruelly. Classmates bullied him, and the online community mocked his performance. By 12, he had quit acting entirely. Later in life, Jake faced serious mental health challenges and was diagnosed with schizophrenia. His family has asked for privacy as he continues treatment. His story is one of the most tragic reminders of how fame can harm those least prepared for it. Angus T. Jones grew up on 2.5 Men, one of the most popular sitcoms in history. By his mid-teens, he was one of television's highest-paid actors, yet he felt lost. He began questioning the values of the show that had made him famous. In 2012, he publicly denounced it and walked away. Since then, he has chosen a quiet life devoted to spirituality and study. He traded a multi-million-dollar paycheck for peace of mind. and he doesn't regret it. Jennette McCurdy was another Nickelodeon favorite. Her character Sam Puckett on iCarly and Sam and Cat made her beloved by fans around the world. But behind the humor, she was struggling with intense pressure, family control, and emotional trauma. When her mother passed away, she finally stepped back. Her memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, revealed years of exploitation and manipulation. Now she writes and hosts a podcast that focuses on recovery and authenticity. By leaving acting, she found her voice in a way Hollywood never allowed. Frankie Muniz became a household name through Malcolm in the Middle. After years on set, he shifted his focus entirely, becoming a professional race car driver and musician. He's spoken about memory issues and stress related to early fame, but today he seems genuinely happy as a husband and father. He doesn't miss Hollywood. He simply outgrew it. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen were global icons before they could spell their last names. From Full House to their own media empire, the twins built one of the most successful child brands in history. But when they reached adulthood, they did something unexpected. They walked away. They stopped acting and created The Row, a high-fashion brand known for craftsmanship and restraint. In the world of design, they've earned respect not for fame, but for excellence. Their retreat from the spotlight became a masterclass in quiet power. Ricky Schroder was another golden boy of his time, captivating audiences in The Champ and Silver Spoons. Though he continued working sporadically, he often spoke about the strange isolation of growing up famous. Early success left him searching for normalcy, a search many child actors understand all too well. Elijah Wood and Daniel Radcliffe faced a different challenge: how to outgrow roles that defined a generation. Both were global icons, Frodo Baggins and Harry Potter. Yet, instead of fading away, they reinvented themselves through unexpected choices. Wood pursued independent cinema and voice work. Radcliffe took on daring theater and indie films. Their stories show that survival doesn't always mean escape. It can mean transformation. Corey Feldman and Haim were teenage royalty in the 1980s, the inseparable duo known as the Two Coreys. They starred in hit after hit, but fame concealed darker realities. Both endured abuse and addiction, trapped in a system that valued profit over protection. Haim's death at 38 devastated fans, while Feldman has since dedicated his life to speaking out about exploitation in Hollywood. Their story stands as one of the industry's most painful legacies. For every survivor, there are those who didn't make it. Bridget Anderson, the star of Savannah Smiles, died at just 21 after years of struggle. Dana Plato, from Different Strokes, lost her battle with addiction. Jonathan Brandis, a rising talent of the 1990s, ended his life at 27. The list is long, the pattern hauntingly familiar. The same spotlight that creates idols can also destroy them. Experts have long warned that the entertainment industry often strips children of the chance to form stable identities. When applause defines your worth, silence feels like erasure. When the spotlight turns off, many young actors are left wondering who they are without it. Some, like Mara Wilson and Jennette McCurdy, found healing through art and writing. Others never got that chance. For those who did survive, life after fame often looks beautifully ordinary. Jonathan Taylor Thomas found peace in academia. The Olsens built empires of fabric and design. Frankie Muniz and Angus T. Jones discovered meaning in simplicity. Each of them redefined success in a world that equated it with visibility. Their quiet lives are testaments to resilience. The next generation faces new challenges. Social media has made fame instantaneous and relentless. Young actors on streaming shows live under constant digital scrutiny. Yet they also have something earlier generations lacked: role models who know the price of fame and speak about it openly. Former child stars now mentor newcomers, advocate for mental health support, and push for fairer working conditions. Change is slow, but it's happening. Maybe these stars didn't vanish after all. Maybe they simply stepped out of sight to become whole. To vanish, in this sense, isn't to disappear. It's to reclaim yourself. It's choosing to walk away from applause and live in the quiet that follows. They were once our heroes on screen. Now they are survivors off it. Some found healing, some found faith, some found peace. And though the spotlight moved on, their stories continue, written not in scripts, but in lives finally lived on their own terms. They were children who carried the dreams of millions. Today, They carry their own. This is their legacy. These are the child stars who left Hollywood behind.